Right, so thank you. Why, for the participants, do you have any questions for Dr. Impong? Please feel free to raise your hand and then you can ask the speaker directly. Okay, if you're not feel free to turn on your audio, you can leave your question in the chat box. All right, so Dr. Impong, for the first question, how to encourage yourself to apply for the competitive scholarship, like the next scholarship?
Yeah. I think first is you need to know what you like it, because as I mentioned before, I also consider the other scholarship, but when I have a chance to visit Japan, I like that country. Yeah, the atmosphere, the weather, the people, the culture, and the food is very good when I was visit as an exchange student. So we have to, I commit to myself that in one day I need to come to study here. Then we need to thinking about, we have to make a plan how to get that, how to get the scholarship, or how can I go there to study there. So and then I shared the type of scholarship as I mentioned before. So there is a one way that I can go easier than apply in the embassy is to use the status of KKU. So that's why I'm luckily that at that time there are only 2 students apply from KKU, and then we need to compete each other. So, but the final result it's for was me to get that one. So one thing to prepare, it's one thing to get it. It's you need to make a good plan if you want to study there. And second one is you need to improve your ability, especially the research proposal. Because when I arrived there and I asked my professor, what is the reasons why I was selected? They said, this is the research proposal. Because the Japanese professor, of course, you have a good English. Of course, you have a good research background, or you have a good score when you were a student. But what they want from you is also your research proposal, because this is can also contribute to the Japanese student in there as well. So that's why we need to have a clear research proposal if you want to get the competitive scholarship.
Okay, so your suggestion to apply for max scholarship, you have to apply by Konkan University channel, right? It's easier more than the embassy. So the KKU student, if you would like to go to Japan and get a max scholarship, the first thing is you have to search information what university that KKU have signed MOU. I put the link in the chat box for you. Then you can search that information, and after that you can apply this scholarship on behalf of KKU student. Right. Okay. So the next question is, what are some culture shock related to academic that you have faced while you were in Japan? It's from Kun Yin.
Very good question. When I arrived there at the beginning, I even you are in Thai, right? You never drink the water from the the public place, or even in the toilet. We never drink the water from there. But for them, this is common. So that is my first culture shock in there. We always buy the water from the mini-mart or from the convenience stores, but for the Japanese people, they just like enjoy drinking the water from the public or from the public kitchens or toilet. But later, this is certified that it's safe, so then we can adapt it. And then another one is for the in the university, it's you actually you can, but normally they don't do like that. If your professor don't go back, you have to stay there in the laboratory. He or she will go 9 p.m. You can go after he go back. So, but in the morning, they don't mind that what time will you come to the laboratory. You can come 9 or you can come 10, but not 12. But the go back time is very important. once a week is okay, but if you do every day, they will normally they will ask you if your performance is not good. They will think that you are not study hard. So you need to learn from that one. And then the last one I shock it's for Lao or Thai people, when we meet, we are easy to get close. But for Japanese student, uh, they are very takes time. They are very difficult to get close. So when we go there, we know them. We stay with them every day, and we have lunch together. We think they are our close friends, but actually it's not. We are just in the first step out of the 3 steps to be the close friend. So for the Lao and Thai student, we always remind like don't expect too much about this one. That is my experience.
All right.
Yeah, but overall it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a Japanese style, different from US and Thailand. Right. Okay. The question from Kun Atthakon นะคะ Do you have a self-developed routine before application as scholarship?
It means that how we develop ourselves, right?
Yeah, yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. As I mentioned before, we need to know our intention. Yeah. We have to have our commitment. Okay, I want to get the scholarship. I want to study there. And during my 5 month live in Konkan, I need to do everything to get the, and then we need to check the requirement from them, especially your English ability, because normally the people who cannot get the scholarship, it's sometimes some university they require high score of your English performance, but you never prepare before. You just go to test. So myself, most importantly, I develop my English. I test the TOEIC score for 5 times to get the base score to submit in the application form. Then when we pass the form, what I need to develop is my research background. So I need to consult with the Thai professor from faculty of the agricultures, and also I'm not sure from the graduate school they are still have the MRD, that like master degree of the rural management in there or not. Yeah, in there are a lot of professors who already retired, but they are the part-time professor in there. So I take the chance to talk with them about my research proposal to develop it, to make it more interesting to the Japanese university. So this is very important to get the scholarship. I think that's why I said one is English, another one is your research proposal. If you want to get the PhD student, a PhD scholarship.
All right. And this is another question from Fatima. Dr. Inpong experience, should we contact the intended professor to have a greater chance of being accepted, or just same as the normal submission? Thank you.
Oh, if you have a chance, I recommend you to contact intense professor first. You need actually in the university in Japan, many people let's say like for those who get the scholarship from Japanese sites, of course you pass everything, but and then you need to looking for the professor by yourself. Sometimes your time to go to Japan delay because the professor cannot accept you, especially for the famous university like Kobe, Osaka, or Tokyo or Kyoto. because they are already full packed with the other country student, and this is very tough. So if you have a chance, it's better to post to the Japanese professor first and to find who are the same research sites with your study, and then or find someone to recommend you to them. At least you can meet them, or at least you can email to have a good chance to email to them. But normally, the best way to meet the professor is during the conference. I'm not sure that in KKU, sometimes they have a conference like from Japan universities to KKU site, or some KKU student have a conference in Japan. So during the conference time, it is very good time to approach the professor. You need to prepare your name card to introduce to them, and you need to tell what you have researched now and what you want to do more. Then at least they can get your contract, and then you also can get the contract. So before you finish the master, or before you finish your, yeah, so my suggestion is it's better to find the professor first. This is will make you more advantage to get the scholarship. Yeah. And also save your time. Mm.
All right. This might be the last question for your session, and we go to the next session. What scholarship benefit did you get from Next?
You mean the how much we can
Yeah,
handle?
yeah. What kind of
So for the
benefit?
next scholarship, they don't separate. Even you get the scholarship from embassy or directly to the university, they will pay you the same. At that time, for the PhD student, they will pay you 145,000 yen, roughly around 900 to 1,000 USD per month. Because so far the yen currencies is quite depreciated, right? It's quite weak. But when I was a PhD student there, if we convert to the USA, it's 1 month I can get the 1,300 USD per month. And then good point, if you study in the rural area or not in the city, the payment, the rental fee is very cheap. You just pay like 250 to 300 per month. If you compare, if you stay in the town like Osaka, Kobe, or in Tokyo, you need to pay 500 at least, and you need to travel every day like 1 hours. But the scholarship, they will pay you same price. So in terms of benefits, if you study just not famous universities, but they also have a good academic background, you can save your time, you can save your money, and also you can enjoy the rural culture. So I compare to my friends that when we come back, my friends like almost the scholarship it's spent on because they need to spend for the house, they need to spend for the travel, and also they need to do like part-time job. Part-time job is good, but sometimes for PhD student, if recommend, I'm not recommend to do. If you just finish your work or if you finish your assignment, just take your time to relax, enjoy, spend your time in there. So this is will make your study or your research work smooth, and also not tough for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, because as you said, you have to go back after your professor, right? So you don't have time to do it.
I used to work as a part-time job, and then my professor know, and
Uh,
she asked me that it's not enough that the government give
oh,
you a month.
mm,
I want you to like stay, just
yeah,
enjoy the time
focus.
in
Yeah.
Japan. So
Mm. All right. So now we move to the next section, which is I prepare two questions for you. And then I will put the question in the chat box. All right. So the first question is, how studying abroad influence your career path or achievement? And the second one is, what do you think about the statement that education is an effective soft power instrument of foreign policy? So I start from lady first. You can answer this question. Yes.
Yes. So for the first question, I think so I prepared the slides, but that's okay. Just some text. I think the study abroad has influenced me in two aspects. First is the personal aspect. Of course, I said that I need to adjust myself a lot. I need to learn myself again when I was abroad. So that's kind of helped me develop my inner self and my, self-esteem, my self-understanding. And the more I understand myself, the better decision I would make in the future. So that has also influenced by studying abroad. And for the second aspect is the professional aspect. From going to from Konkan University to all the way to the US with a more, resourceful university. I can work on my lab all the time. I order something, it come tomorrow. Not like in here in KKU, we might need to wait for like a month or so due to like, the shipping and stuff. But going there, I also was exposed to a lot of resources in terms of the lab and the equipment. So I could, you know, fastly move my research forward. So I could develop my professional skills, my scientific skills. I wrote paper faster because I got result faster, and that's also influenced in my, PhD and my job in the future as well. So yeah, I think that's the two influential aspect that I got.
And Dr. Info. Yes.
Yeah, for me, as I mentioned before, but if I can choose, is the most important achievements to the career. It's about the ranked skill. So when you study abroad, at least you can. Of course, my course is in English, but I adapt the Japanese, sometimes Japanese word. So, and also the other one is about the global perspectives, especially in when you work for the international relation, you will know the culture for the foreigners. If you study abroad, you will know the culture of the foreign people. You will know how to approach them. You will know how to communicate with them, especially in the working environment for the so this is like something it's very difficult to learn from the class. So this is a real practice what we have gained from 2 or 3 years in the abroad, and then in the real reality when you work it, this is very important. Yeah.
Okay, so for the second question, the statement about education is an effective soft power instrument of policy. What do you think about it? Lady first.
I strongly agree with this statement. I think there's a lot of soft power that each country kind of try to, influence others, right? Like K-pop or Thai pop, something like that. But I think education, it's last really, really long because it's already in someone. Like for me, myself, I think I could say that I have, US DNA, just a little bit of DNA in my blood. Like I understand what, American people think just by being there for 2 years, but I think I absorbed a lot. And I love America more than I was before going there. So I think it's a long lasting soft power. And I think from international students that come to Thailand as well, you would, kind of absorb what Thai people values, what our culture is like. And I think, yeah, this statement is really true and it's going to go a long way.
Dr.
Yeah.
Info, please. Yeah.
I agree with the and this is very good keyword. And then I agree, the totally agree it. You have the USA DNA, right? For me, I also have the Thai DNA, especially every times when because during my study in Thailand, we enjoy the Thai food. Of course, Lao and Thai food, it's not much different, but they are something unique. So this is also good, and also I have a good how to say, when I see the Thai people uh, in Laos, sometimes we feel like okay, we are close to them. Even like for when I see the Japanese people in Laos, and especially when they face some issue, we would like to approach them. Would like to help them. Yeah, and then the most important thing is when you study some country for long, and then you come back to your country for work, you want to visit them again at least once a year or twice a year. For me in Japan as well, I make the plan every year that not every year, but at least twice, 2 years, one times you need to revisit them, but not visit the different city like a sightseeing, to visit the universities, to visit the restaurants where you enjoy the lunch, to visit your friends who working in there, and to visit the professor. Yeah, so this is very good for the like for the corporation or for the make the us to feel good to them. Yeah.
All right. So this might be some asking. Would you mind if our KQ student would like to consult you about applying the scholarship from Next and from Fulbright? Would you mind to leave your email in the chat box, and then they can consult you if there is any question or concerns of the application? Yes, that would be great for our KQ student.
Sure.
Okay. You can leave it in the chat box. Yeah.
That's true.
Yes. Or you, yeah, right. So,
especially those who are study like agribusiness or agriculture extension in now, and you would like to continue master degree or PhD in my universities, I can recommend my professor to you. She is also looking for the Thai student from the KKU as well, because some of the Japanese students, they do the research in Thailand. So yeah, when I was a student there, I have a chance to come back to Thai twice a year. Free ticket, very good. Because I need to help the Japanese student to translate and correct the data. So so if you study in the field of social science, rural development, agriculture, economics, just feel free to email to me, and then I can recommend you to the professor in Tottori University.
Yes, okay. But Pong, do you have to take the like Japanese proficiency test?
No.
Before
For
you
the
go
MEC
to
scholarship, this is not required. You just pass normally they can accept TOEIC. 700, it's enough. Yeah. If you have IL or TOEFL, it's very good. But if you don't have chance to taste it, or it's cost, because some taste is expensive, TOEIC it's quite acceptable. And then when you, for example, if you get the scholarship for master, normally we take 2 years, right? But for the Japanese scholarship, they will extend to you 2.5 years. Half year is for the research student. They will give you 6 months with the scholarship.
Wow.
As a research student. So you can use these 6 months to study Japanese. But if you said, I don't want to study Japanese language anymore, you can deal with your professor that, okay, let's start to do the research. We can finish the thesis within 2 years. And then the last 6 months, you can enjoy, you can go everywhere. Just in the end of month, come to the faculty to sign the scholarship.
Wow, sounds
we can
great.
manage it, yes.
Oh, sounds great. All right. Okay, for the participants, do you have any questions? Okay, this is your chance to ask our guest speaker before we end of the session. Okay, you can raise your hand in the icon, some icon in here. Just click on the hand icon, and then we will give you the opportunity to ask the speaker directly. All right. I guess we cover all questions that you want to know for today. So thank you for Dr. Inpong and Nong Yin to join us today.